Hey guys, it's your favorite floof champ, and today we're doing a mountain lady makeup tutorial. Getting right into it, we are doing Ardell's mattifying in her primer. This is really good. I use it like all the time, even on a daily basis. I take a little bit on my hand and I put it on my face. I mean, there's not much to explain with putting primer on. That's kind of it. Now I'm taking LA Colors, also mattifying, long wear foundation. I take about 2 pumps and a half of that on a wet beauty sponge, and I again put that on my face in dots at first, and after I'm done dotting, I then start blending it out very furiously because I got no chill with the beauty blender. Now I'm going to be taking a Sephora brand concealer under my eyelids, and I take that and dot it there and there to make my face look highlighted. I don't like putting it too far down my face because it drags your face down, so I just kind of keep it there. And I put some on my eyelids as well, and to highlight parts of my face that I want highlighted, like my chin, tip of my nose, my forehead, sides of my nose, just places like that. I put it on the eyelid as a kind of base for when I put my eyeshadow on top of it. Dance break. Now I just powder it out. I mean, there's not much to it. I just don't take too much, and I really just kind of keep it more centered towards the T-zone. I use Revolution Banana powder. I mean, you can really use whatever shade fits you. This is just what I found that uses the best, and I put it on my eyelids so I can set my concealer. Now I'm going in with the True Lucius Lucky Glow. I use shades Serendipity and whatever the bronzing shade is. I mean, I don't know. It's what works best for me. This is more geared towards lighter tones like I am. So I find that this works best for me. It might not work best for everyone else, but I find that the highlight shades in that are also pretty bomb. But I don't quite like shades that look like that. Take just a little bit also on your brush on your forehead. I don't like putting too much because it makes my forehead look like it's dirty. And here's me showing the shades in that bronzing shade and stuff. And still blend it on your temples, your forehead, your cheeks. I sometimes suck my face in to make it look snatched so that I can get it in the right places. I also like blending it around my jaw and down my neck so that it looks like my face isn't like all different types of colors, and it slims your face a lot too, which I like. And then I take a highlighter brush and I dip it into the blush in this palette as well, and I put it on the higher parts of my cheeks because if you put it on the lower parts, it tends to drag your face down a lot, which I really don't like. And I put a little on my nose as well because I think that looks nice. And here's me explaining that with imagery. Now, with the Morphe Extra Free Star palette, I take this shade as a base for my eyeshadow, blow on a little bit, and blend it out. I like using base shades because for my eyeshadows, it just tends to make it lay nicer. I don't know what it is. I just like it. Now I'm going in with Jeffree Star's Mini Breaker palette. I don't like him that much anymore. I mean, I just have it because it's a good palette. What am I gonna do? So I dip into this orange shade at the very top right here, and I bring that on the outer center kind of my eyelid, and I blend that out and around. I also kind of take it down under as well, but you'll see that in a second. You gotta be careful with these because his eyeshadows are so pigmented that it's real hard to get carried away. And I mean, you'll find eyeshadow palettes of all different varieties like that, but I just find that, you know, I really like his palettes, but you just gotta be careful with how much you use. And then there's me putting it under my lid as well, which be extra careful with that because a lot of the times you can put too much pigment and it'll look like you have eye bags, which I mean, sometimes it's a look that people are going for, but personally not me. Sometimes, but not right now. And then there's me sped up doing it on the other eye as well. I take a darker shade from the same palette, Morphe Jeffree Star, and I put that in kind of the same crease area. I mean, it's not much different to it. It's just a darker, browner kind of shade. I take it on the outermost parts of my eyelid, blend it in, and that's what I call my depth shade. That's the shade that I use to put the most depth in my eye makeup, and I blend it down as well. I try to make sure that everything's cohesive with everything else that's on my eyelids, all the colors match. Blend it out as well, kind of in the same shape that I was earlier. Now I'm going in with nose contour with the same contouring palette I had out earlier, but with a smaller brush. I dip into that same Serendipity shade, and I place that on the sides of my nose to make my nose look skinny and to give it shape. Some people don't want that. I blend it in and then out at the very end of my nose to give my nose a lot of shape. What I like the most is bringing out the innermost workings of my face, and the type of nose contour I'm doing might not work for everyone else's noses. This is just what works best for me. This is what I personally like doing. Then I take the same shade and I put it under my nose because it brings it up and it makes it look buttony. Then I blend that out as well with the rest of my nose and my nostrils and stuff. And the next clip is basically just me blending it out. Now I take the same brush and I pinch it a little bit, like with my nails or with tips of your fingers if you don't got nails. I take that shade and I put it right there where that kind of bulb of my nose is, to make the end of my nose kind of look more bulbous and, you know, buttony looking, I guess would be the right term. And then I take some powder on the tip of my nose to highlight it, and then I also put it in the center to highlight it. I mean, sometimes people don't do this, but this is what I find out works best for me. Then I take a big fluffy brush after my dance break, a very long dance break, and I blend that out. And I mean, that just helps it not look harsh. Again, this is what I find is best for me. Not everyone else has to do this. This is just what I like for my nose shape. Now I'm taking a golden glitter shade from my Morphe Jeffree Star palette, and I'm putting that on the center of my eyelids to highlight it and put glitter and stuff. I tend to have to dip a lot with this color with my fingers because I find it's not as pigmented on brushes. But I mean, we all use different brushes. It just might be the brushes that I'm using. But this is what works best for me. And I blend that all the way, not all the way out, but out a lot enough to where it's not too concentrated on one area and it's pretty flared out. Now for my eyebrows, I take this kind of neutrally orangey brown shade because I find that Mount Lady's eyebrows aren't too visible. I mean, they are, but it's not like they're in your face, so I just kind of take a light dusting to my eyebrows. And I mean, I have thick eyebrows, so the color pops up almost immediately. Again, depending on how thick your eyebrows are, you might have to conceal them. Mine are thick, but they're not like full, as some people would say. So I mean, I don't find that I have to conceal them, but this is how I fill the color in most of the time. And then here's me messing up on my eyeliner, so I have to restart my entire left eyeball. Thank you, universe, for that. This was entirely annoying, and I don't understand why. It happened, and it's how it is, but this is me back and ready to continue eyeliner. I take it out from the very end of my eyeball. I take a line out, and then I take a line in just above it and go onto the top of where my eyeball is. I mean, I don't know. Eyelid, where my eyeball is. I don't know the technical words for these, but I make sure that it's all filled in and that none of my eyelid is showing, I guess. I don't really tight line, but I guess that's what you would call this. I don't like seeing my eyelid under like lashes or anything, so I fill that in with the eyeliner. And as you can see, I take this in later also and make it thicker, because I have to make sure that my left and right eye have the same, shape and thickness to them as the other one, because if they don't, that'll really annoy me. And it's just, if I see it, it's not looking good. It does not work for me. I don't like it. Now I take a stick eyeliner on the under, I guess my waterline, is that what that is? And I blend that in also as well with the eyeliner I did on the top of my eyelid, because I take my eyeliner not low, but I have almond eyes, so with my eyelids, I have to blend it in or else it don't look right. I mean, some people have different eyelids and, eye shapes than I do. I have hooded eyes, so I have to do eyeliner a certain way. And this is just kind of how I do it. I blend it in with the one on top. This is kind of like a stylistic choice for me, but I still like the black in my waterline for this. Mainly because Mountain Lady has a very snide personality to her. So I think tight lining under her eyes, would make sense for her. Now I go in with my drugstore mascara. It don't work the best, but it gets color on my eyelashes, and that's basically what I'm looking for here. I just want my eyelashes to be blended in with the falsies I'm putting on later. So I only really put a layer or two on. I don't thick it up too much. I just make sure that it's pulled all the way from the root of my lashes out to the ends, because if I don't do that, it don't look right. Now I'm going in with my Milani Walmart. I mean, I got it from Walmart, so I don't know what it is. Milani is what it said on the front, and I take that under my eyes to make them bright, and in the inner corners to highlight them, because I really like the look of this. I do this for about everything I do. All makeup, whatever I'm putting on my face, I will put on this highlight because it looks good no matter what I do, no matter what, makeup is put with it. So, again, a stylistic choice. You don't really have to do it, but I like it. I take some on the tip of my nose as well, because it highlights my nose. And I also take some, sorry I'm flipping y'all off, with my middle finger, and I put it on the middle of my nose. There's me showing the Milani. I broke the other two panels. And I blend that out, because I don't like it too thick on the middle. And then I put some under my brow bone to highlight my brow bone, because I also like how that looks. I mean, most of this video is really just stylistic choices, I guess. Now I'm going in with the same mascara, and I'm putting it on my lower lashes. To me, not doing my lower lashes is just so strange. I don't get why some people don't do it. I gotta have it. It just looks better. If it's not there, it's just, I don't know. I don't like it. After I'm done coating them on my lower lashes, I pinch them a little bit to kind of close them in together to make them look anime-esque, because that's how people draw in their lashes, I guess. Mountain Lady don't really have them, but I like how they look. I don't know. Again, another stylistic choice. You don't gotta do that. Now I'm going in with whatever Clarins is, whatever Clarins, whatever this stuff is. Velvet lip stain. I don't know if it's stain. It's just lipstick, I guess. Kind of overlining my lips a little bit, but not really. I'm trying to make them look more round and filling them in at the same time to make sure that all that color is on there right. I don't know, I think it looks good. Now I'm going in with my eyelashes that I got off Amazon. These are by far my favorite. I make sure to take the lash that goes with the corresponding eye. Like, make sure that the left eye is with the left lash. I curl it around my finger to give it shape. And I use my Kiss eyelash glue. That and Duo are two of my favorites. I really like Kiss and Duo. See, here's me telling you. Gotta make sure that left goes to left. You can see it on the pan too. And this is really boring. It's just me putting on my eyelashes. I like to start with making sure that the glue is dried to the point where it's like a clear blue, not necessarily like clear, but it's got that blue hint to it so it'll stick well. And when I pick it up, I take it, fan it a little bit, keep blowing on it. This is boring. I'm just showing you how I dry my eyelashes. I take the very inside first and make sure that that's pressed on there right, and then I kind of pull it and mess with it, prod it, and make sure that it looks like it's in the right place, because if it's not, you will know and you will see it, and that annoys me. And I'm just very picky with things like that. And kind of fluff it a little bit. I gotta make sure it looks nice. And then I just do the same thing to my other eye. Well, now that we're done with my makeup and stuff, I will be back with the wig and outfit on, and I will show you what it looks like. Here's what it looks like all finished. I made the horns yesterday with like craft foam, very thin, barely an inch. Got the costume off Amazon ages ago. And the mask was found somewhere and I painted it. I don't know. It was in my house. And the wig's also on Amazon. It's like $12. Here's the end result. I hope you guys liked it. I hope that this was at least somewhat helpful. I mean, I try to be. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a good night or day wherever you're at.